We do this
either,
on
either a playoff team or on the brink.
We do this on the show all the time. We will go through just a quick
Random
review.
teams.
Random teams. Last year it was the Steelers.
Wins and losses. We don't want a professional breakdown. I want gun to the head, win loss. Eddie Money's going to go through. We don't have the complete dates, but we know opponents. So we are putting you to the test. We are going to go through Atlanta Falcons. And by the way, Falcons are coming to Vegas, baby. I say we set up a Ryan Holmes podcast, Two Nobodies, in Vegas. So let's go.
I'll be there, brother.
Let's go through it, Eddie Money. Win, loss, right? I need W or L.
All right. So first off, you are at Carolina.
That's an L at Carolina.
What? He's
You're being really
level-headed journalist right now.
Like
no. Honestly, like I'm going off of how Carolina played last year. The only thing for Carolina that they did not address is their offensive line. So, they gave up 63 sacks last year. They were the second most sacked team in the NFL outside of the Commanders. So, but Falcons did lose in Carolina last year. I think
that's true
that they have also, it was really bad quarterback play, but I think that Carolina takes care of some of the things they need to take care of, has a better offense. And also I'm looking at last year's team. I'm not looking at this year's team because I don't know how they're going to play yet. I don't know how Cousins is going to play yet. So I'm only going off of, some of the defensive things that we saw last year. I'm going to say that it's an L against Carolina at least once this year. I think they split.
We want panics. After the first game,
they lose. Panics chest. Okay.
Remember, we don't know when this game is going to be played. If it is the first game of the year, if it is the first game of the year, I'll be surprised.
That's a solid point, actually.
Next, you are at Denver.
At Denver, I see us winning that one. I think Falcons win that one.
There we go. 1-1.
That's what, Bo Nix?
Yeah, Bo Nix.
Or Zach Wilson. So
either way, you're good.
You're gonna win that one.
If Zach Wilson beats out Bo Nix, God help them in Denver.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sean Payton's ego.
I can see it happening. I can really see that happening.
That would be.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so Denver, we have a win.
And then you come to Vegas, play us, the Raiders.
Oh, we're not losing to the Raiders.
All of a sudden he's a fan.
And that's complete spite right now, too.
Yes.
That's because I'm surrounded right now. That's complete spite.
Yes, you are surrounded right now. So we're 3-1. Looking good.
No, you're 2-1.
2-1.
Then you play at Minnesota against the Vikings.
You know this is going to be a primetime game.
That is primetime.
Oh, for sure. That has to be.
Primetime Kirk, baby.
Primetime Kirk. That's a loss.
Right? That's where I'm like, man, Kirk does not play well in prime time.
It's his old team. He's gonna want revenge. I think you guys win that one.
And you play,
I do think the Falcons get that one. I really do. I think that they do get that one. Did the Vikings even get a quarterback? Oh yeah, they have.
Well, I mean, some would say my son to the right here would say they did not get a quarterback.
They might as well have gotten a receiver.
He's been on the hate JJ.
I don't hate
since week 2.
I just think the tape would tell you to not get him in the first round.
Agreed.
Well, who else were they gonna get?
But that's not
Michael freaking Penix.
They could have not even that. But if you went true best player on the board, he would have been in maybe the 30s, 40s.
Yeah, we were saying he would be like a third rounder.
Oh.
But quarterback such a high need in the NFL that it's okay to reach for that quarterback because you don't know when they'll be quarterback again.
Yeah, especially after last season, because I think like over half the teams had a backup play or had a
the most ever.
It was the year of the backup.
Yeah.
So let's get okay. So we're Minnesota
at Minnesota.
3-1.
Yeah, that's a win in Minnesota.
Yeah, okay. Another away game against the Saints.
Saints win that one. They always play very well at home, especially against the Falcons.
Very
just kind of is what it is.
And then you play in Philadelphia against the Eagles.
Oof, that's tough.
That's another loss, I think, against the Eagles. I'll be realistic. It is my hometown team. I am from Easton, Pennsylvania, which Philly is an hour away, and
Yeah, baby.
My mom will be happy that week. She'll probably talk some trash all week. So she'll be happy that week.
3-3.
Then you have at Tampa Bay.
That's a win. We're not losing to Tampa at all this year.
Love it.
Oh, and you have at the Redskins.
That's my brother's team, and they beat the Falcons last year. I need to be able to talk some trash, so that's a win.
There we go.
As much as I love their quarterback, I think there's gonna be some growing pains for him a little bit.
I agree.
A little bit. Brand new coach, brand new offense, brand new quarterback. If it clicks, it clicks, but there's gonna be some growing pains in Washington for a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Now we got the rest are home games. So you're playing Carolina again for a second time.
Yeah, that's a win in Carolina against Carolina.
You're gonna play the Cowboys.
That's got to be a win, and I need that because one, my girlfriend's a Cowboys fan, and basically the rest of my family is Cowboys fans. So like, I am the low man on the totem pole when it comes to this. I need that to be a win. I might actually go to that game because it's in Atlanta. So yeah, I need that to be a win. So they're
just so you know, Ryan, you're at 7-3 right now.
I think that's reasonable.
Yep.
All right, then you play the Chiefs.
That's an L.
The
L.
one
as much as I would love to be, I would love that. I would love for the Falcons to beat the Chiefs, but man, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough
for sure.
Then you play against the newly led Chargers.
Tough game.
Yeah, and they got some pretty good. I mean, they did give up their best wide receiver in the offseason, but they're gonna be a running team. That's gonna be a really tough game. I'll give that one to the Chargers. I will. I'll give
Eddie Money's gonna wear 79 and try out for receiver over here for the Chargers. Yeah, I think he has a good shot to beat the roster.
Yeah, I don't know what the total's gonna be on that, but give me the under. Then we have the Saints again.
That's a win.
Then we have the Giants.
That's another win. That's another win.
The Steelers.
Yeah, this is Arthur Smith coming back with basically every player that left the Falcons now in Pittsburgh. There's no way that they're losing to Pittsburgh. That's a win.
I agree with that, by the way.
That's a win.
So
yeah,
10-4.
Then you got the Seahawks.
By the way, that's a win, and Russell Wilson will not be the quarterback during that game either.
Oh, Joe, for the Steelers, Justin Fields is going to be the QB.
Justin Fields will be the QB at that point. Yeah, Seahawks, that's a win as well.
And then you have the second game against the Bucks.
That's another win.
Damn.
What is that?
So he started out so humble. We're like, hey, man, this guy has really, he's not a fanatic.
He's low-headed.
Win.
We're at 13-4, Ryan. Are you serious? You are the definition of fanatic.
This is one of the easiest schedules in the NFL this year.
Honestly, going through it, you guys faced in the first 5 games a new quarterback. Like, still Bryce Young's the second year, so that's still be tough for him. Bo Nix possibly in one of those first 5 games. Like, that's a pretty
Jaden Daniels
again.
Derek Carr twice. I'd say both dubs there.
You're gonna face. Aiden O'Connell for the Raiders.
Easy.
No.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady will be the starting quarterback for the Raiders.
I don't want my quarterback to have Botox.
Whatever it takes, man.
Yeah, I do think that the Falcons are a playoff team, and I'm sure the chat's probably going pretty crazy right now, thinking that I'm kind of delusional. But honestly, like, it was what, 3 straight 7-10 seasons. If you look at the quarterback play was not the best. So like, that's kind of where it's at for me. Is quarterback play has to get better. I feel like the Falcons got better in the trenches. They did address pass rush with 2 amazing pass rushers. Didn't get the guy that I wanted. Honestly, I'm a Florida State fan, so I wanted I wanted Verse and I wanted the tandem that the Rams got. I wanted that, and honestly, it was the Rams.
Great.
It was right there for the Falcons to take it, but they had other plans. But yeah, Verse and Fisk are gonna kill people. They just are. I mean, you're replacing Aaron Donald with 2 guys that can now live up to that, right? So like that, and you did need 2 guys to live up to what Aaron Donald was going to do. So, and you got the right 2 guys to do it. But no, I don't think I'm too crazy. I mean, I think that there's probably a couple of picks in there where it's more bragging rights for me with Washington and Dallas, but I see the Falcons winning the division. I don't see anyone taking the division from them. They're in the weakest division. They were a quarterback away, like I said, a number of times from winning a lot of these games. And I think they solidified that. Whether it's Kirk Cousins or Michael Penix, I have full faith in what that offense looks like, because Kyle Pitts is actually going to get the ball. Drake London's actually going to get the ball. Bijan's actually going to get the ball. Like, these guys are going to be utilized better in Zach Robinson's offense than in Arthur Smith's. So, it's more faith in the team with the people that are put in place to kind of put the puzzle together. I didn't really have any faith in Arthur Smith because I thought that he was just kind of riding the very, very big coattails of a very large running back in Tennessee. And that's why his offense was as good as it was. Because if Ryan Tannehill can put the ball where it needs to be a couple of times, you're going to be absolutely fine. There's not going to be anything that goes wrong. You have Derrick Henry, hand him the ball, and they're going to crowd the box, and you run play action and you beat some teams. So I think that's where Arthur Smith's offense came from. And I didn't really have a lot of faith in him, honestly, as a Falcons fan after, that first season. So 7-10, 3 straight years kind of tells you that.
Well, yeah, I picked Drake London a year too early. So you're saying Drake London is a thing? Because, I mean, the dude is talented.
He was good last year with no quarterback.
Yeah. I think he's a thing this year. I do. I think he's a thing. Like, don't get on the Kyle Pitts train just yet. I think he's a year away, maybe even 2 years away. Honestly, he is healthy, but it is going to take learning a new offense and them actually treating him like the wide receiver he's built like, and not the tight end that he is, for him to actually be the guy that everybody wants him to be as a fantasy player.